Buenos Aires has a ton of bookstores, okay? So I'm in this humongous bookstore here right in the heart of Buenos Aires, and I'm gonna look for one book, okay, by Eduardo Galeano, which is an Uruguayan author, and I might take one from Borges, okay? So let's explore around. This is the Bohemian culture. It's a bustling metropolis, very similar to Sao Paulo. I can actually compare Buenos Aires, in my opinion. The vibe I'm getting, very much like Times Square in New York. Okay, very similar, just that in Spanish. So to start off my first afternoon, I'm starving. So I'm gonna have an authentic Argentinian asado. Similar to Uruguayan, but obviously there are some key differences. I'm gonna get an entree and the traditional one with wine, of course, and definitely some water because I definitely need some. For an appetizer, I ordered the iconic, famous proboleta, which is grilled cheese. That's something that I ate in Florida and Uruguay. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link down below so you guys can check that out. And then the main course is the famous asado, which it's all beef, but it's the most iconic cuts of Argentina. So here we have ribs, ribeye steak, New Year's steak, and this is the iconic Argentine tasajo argentino, or I think that would be the flank steak. Okay. There we have chimichurri, salsa criolla. This is also salsa criolla. This is spicy chimichurri. Right here we have all these sauces are made of olive oil and garlic, but this one's made out of eggplant. This one has mayo in it, and this one I believe it has cheese. Okay, and this is a focaccia. This is white bread, so we're gonna try that out. The beef is well done. It's very tender. All right. Revire. So if you guys come to Buenos Aires, you have to come to Revire, okay? Because they cook it in the most traditional way that the Argentinian steak is supposed to be cooked, all right? This is the obelisco, the iconic monument of Argentina. I would actually compare this to the Statue of Liberty. If you go to New York, you have to go see the Statue of Liberty. Well, guess what? If you're in Buenos Aires, you have to come see the obelisk. Okay? You guys can see right here. Letters Biela right behind me. Buenos Aires is actually a nocturnal city. Okay, a lot of the action, a lot of the attraction actually happens at night. So right now things are barely opening. It's 9 in the morning, so there's not much going on. The only things that are going on are pharmacies, general stores, supermarkets, and coffee shops. Other than that, the big restaurants, they don't open till late. I'm in the London City Cafe, okay, right in the heart of Buenos Aires. This is where Julio Cortázar, one of the greatest writers, one of many writers in Argentina, he would actually come here and write drafts of his books, of his stories, his novels, and have coffee here and get the inspiration. As you can see, the vibe is very literary. It's very bohemian, if you may. We're gonna have some Irish coffee, okay, and 2 medialunas with dulce de leche, traditional Argentinian, and an alfajor de maicena, which are very famous here in Buenos Aires. And I'm going to intake the literary atmosphere. All right, let's see how this goes. So this is the menu of London City. So it opened in 1954. Journalists, artists, writers, Julio Cortázar were right here. So here you have the coffees, the pastries, and sandwiches. So it's an actual restaurant. It's not just a cafe. You can actually have, oh, Julio Cortázar. Yes. It was here in London City Cafe where he was still an unknown writer. He would write and write a big part of his novels. This is amazing. Such an honor. Quilmes, that's Argentine beer. They even have grills, so it's a very comprehensive place, all right? It's not just coffee, okay? So right now I'm just having and finishing my Irish coffee. I can already feel it. I had one media luna, I still have one more to go, and the alfajor. The alfajor is delicious. Everything is great. All right, so that was an amazing experience having coffee in the same spot where Julio Cortázar will write and create those amazing bohemian novels. All right, so let's continue our tour around Buenos Aires. This is the Casa Rosada, reddish house, and it is the presidential palace. And this is Plaza de Mayo. This is the place to be here, all right? They're about to switch because standing there, it's tough, but they do it in honor. This is a very special ritual, so check it out. People have to stand behind the yellow line. So right behind me, this is the tomb where they have the remains of José de San Martín, the liberator of Argentina and other countries such as Chile as well from Spanish rule. right behind me is the libreria, the bookstore El Ateneo. This is a very famous bookstore here in Buenos Aires. Jorge Luis Borges is associated or was associated with this bookstore. So if you guys come to Buenos Aires, you have to come to this bookstore if you like books. So come on, let's go check it out. Buenos Aires is known for having a lot, and I mean a lot of bookstores, right? There's a bookstore all over the place, okay? Just like in the East Coast, you have a Dunkin' Donuts in every corner. Over here it's kind of the same thing. You have a library, not library, but I would say a little bookstore, an independent bookstore, a big chain bookstore, almost in every corner. So this is the most famous one in Ateneo. And look here, they even have a section dedicated to Jorge Luis Borges, one of the most amazing poets in the world, I would say. This is subjective. You could consider him, Benedetti, and obviously Rubén Darío, the three masters of poetry in the world. And then Milton too. But yeah, you have all his books here. And this is Argentinian literature. And on the other side, right over there, that's English literature in translation. Okay, so we're just gonna have a little look around, explore this beautiful place. I always love being around books, even though I can't read all of them, but I will. And if you guys ever come to Buenos Aires, check out El Ateneo. All right. I walked it all the way from where we were at, all the way to La Biela. This is another one of many iconic coffee shops in Buenos Aires. This is where the great poet Jorge Luis Borges would come and have coffee and have conversations with his good friend Adolfo Bioy Casares, which is another amazing Argentine author. So let's go in, let's try their coffee, let's have some mate and more pastries. Let's go. And guess who it is? This here is the man, Jorge Luis Borges. And this is Adolfo Bioy Casares, another master writer. He wrote La Invención de Morel, Morel's Invention. I recommend it for those of you that like to read. Borges, I've been reading him since I was in high school, and I fell in love with all his poetry and the short stories. El Aleph, The Labyrinth. This man right here inspires me to write. All right, so let's look for a little table. It's a bit crowded in here, so we'll just sit outside. Why not? So what I'm gonna have right now, as you can see, is a media luna, which is a croissant, Argentine style, with provolone cheese and a glass of wine. Right next to La Biela, which is this famous cafe where Borges would write and have deep philosophical literary conversation. This is my third and final day here in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I do want to go and have breakfast at Café Tortoni, which is another famous cafe here in Buenos Aires, where the great Jorge Luis Borges also had coffee. That's where he also wrote, and where he also had deep philosophical conversations. Carrot cake and some dulce de leche. Overall, I would say it was a pretty good cafe. I liked it. I actually liked it a little. Like I said, a little better than Biela. They have outdoor seating. That one's really nice too, but I think this one's more laid back, more quiet, relaxed. So if you guys are ever in Buenos Aires, definitely come and check out Café Tortoni. Okay. For those of you that love literature, this is the place to be too, because it's filled with paintings, with statuettes of Borges, Gardel, a lot of rich history, okay? All right, now let's continue our trip, our last day trip here in Buenos Aires. Come along, let's see what we can find. Right now I'm about to experience a dinner, some drinks, and the traditional dance of Argentina, the tango. Okay, so this is gonna be an amazing experience, right? And let's experience our last day in Buenos Aires. That was a pretty cool tango show. Nice, dynamic, bustling goodness. Pure Argentinian culture at its finest.